Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome to a Let's Play of Project Tender. I found this on Game Jolt while browsing the horror section, and the lack of story and gut instinct convinced me to download this and give it a try. Now, as for the story itself, essentially, I'm apparently a guy called Tevin, who has given up the search for my missing father. Now, why my father is missing, your guess is as good as mine. And apparently some dark entity does not want me to stop the search. And said entity also has a connection to my father. What that connection is, I have no idea about that either. And there you go. Now you know just as much about this game as I do now. So I guess like a schmuck, I'm just gonna jump into this head first and figure out what the answer to this mystery is. It's probably gonna result in an untimely demise or two on my end, but, well, that's pretty much just what's gonna happen. We French.
No, it can't be like
that.
I know, Look, just tell him. No, then he will. Hang on. I'll call you later. I heard something.
Okay, I guess we're in control now. Anyway, as I was saying, well, and besides, we pretty much know that something bad's probably gonna happen to me on at least once throughout this whole thing. I'm probably gonna get murdered by an axe murderer or something silly like that. If an axe murderer is the dark entity in question that has a connection to my father, unlikely, but you never know. Also, you don't even have like a bedside lamp or something. You were just, on your cell phone talking to somebody in pitch black darkness? You got a little basic desktop here, a couple drawers, but other than that, you have a very bare bedroom. Oh.
And I heard, as it were, the voice of one of the four beasts saying, "Come." And look, and I saw a white horse.
The tenders can hear you breathing. They are blind and cannot see. Edward Void.
God, my head. Where am I?
You just seem so deadpan about this. Like, I would think that waking up in a strange location with no idea where you are or how you got here, you would put a little bit of emotion, a little bit of worry into your voice, but whatever. I mean, I guess you seem like a pretty chill dude. You seem chill on the phone, you seem chill about possibly being kidnapped or something, and you seem chill enough to just randomly out of the blue give up the search for your missing father for God knows what reason. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being chill, but there is such a thing as being too chill. Well, wherever we are, this is a pretty bare bones place. There's not much in terms of furniture and wall decorations. And what little wall decorations there are, they're bland and unappealing to look at. Whoever decorated this place has a lousy sense in decor. What's back here? I don't hear anything. For a second, I thought that was Darth Vader. What are you? Some kind of mask? A latex mask? Oh no, you're kind of creepy. And I see we got a key here. Now, You're not gonna just spring to life and just come charging after me, are you? I'm going to pray that's exactly what's not going to happen, and I'm just gonna be on my merry way. Okay, so we got a key. I'm assuming it goes to one of these doors. Let's see which one it is. So, Mr. Dark Entity, what exactly are you? Why do you not want dear old Taven here to give up the search? Here we
There
go.
a window on the other side. Maybe I can get out that way.
We've been waiting for you.
You wanna know what that thing's voice reminds me of? The farmer from Blood and Bacon. I don't know if it's the same voice actor, but I don't know. Something about his voice just reminds me of that guy. Oh. I thought I... Oh, here we are. Who's knocking? I'm kind of in the middle of something here, and oh. What are you? What's with the eyeballs? What? The tenders are often misjudged who is... Oh.
Where am I now? And are you done with the pop-up guys?
You're in the void. You can decide to ignore and forever forget your father by crushing his skull. Or the book. You get to remember everything.
That seems like an easy selection.
Did I forget to add? Crushing the skull kills me and my tenders. That will send you back to your world to live without knowledge.
Okay. And what about the book?
You will stay in my world forever, but have all knowledge of your father.
I think I'd rather live in ignorance than be stuck in your world for all eternity, so give me the skull.
Such a shame. Too bad such knowledge was a waste. And when the lamp opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." And I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider's name was Death, and Hades was following close behind him.
Okay, I guess that is the void ending. So this thing has multiple endings. And apparently the only way I can restart the game is by closing it. Okay. I guess we might as well see what other endings there are. See, because I guess we can't just leave this mystery a mystery. Okay, let's see what the book gets me into.
Good choice. Your father was a scientist working for a company called Eon. Once we caught sign of a creature in all black, we decided to catch it to study. This creature was a tender, and the first. I used it to build my army. Once your dad found out, he tried to warn the world. The company had to end him before he gave away too much.
Life is not about the world traveled too far. It's about your actions to do in it. Not one of many people can seek the things such as in their minds. But before my last breath, remember this. Just because someone has a gun doesn't mean they know how to use it.
Okay, the voice for the entity just on and off distorting like that, it doesn't make it scary to me. In fact, it just is kind of annoying because it ends up distorting the guy's voice so much to the point where it's kind of hard to really get a clear grasp of what he's saying to me. And okay, so my dad was a scientist involved in shady shit, and the company he worked for were like, oh no, we must silence you before you say something that you shouldn't to the uneducated masses. Shocker. So, okay. So, choosing the skull, I get ignorance, and choosing the book, I learned this, and yet this is it? Does the game or story just not advance beyond this point? I'm gonna look around that area where I find the key, see if maybe it could go to something else. Because otherwise, I don't know what else to do. Okay, so I didn't find anything that could have led me to a different outcome other than just the two that we just witnessed. So I guess that really is just it. It's just one. It's just the skull ending or the book. I'm not gonna lie. This has been something of a letdown for me. I was expecting anything to give me just a semblance of tension, and then maybe get some kind of build up to a somewhat okay payoff in regards to the truth about this guy's father. And yet I go through a world that doesn't have anything dangerous in it. There's nothing in it that really inspired any semblance of dread or anything in it for me. And then before I know it, I'm presented these two options by some disembodied voice with, well, almost comical voice distortions, if I must be honest. And these two choices and what they lead to are all I get. I just either die in ignorance, and yet for some reason the thing's glad that I killed it and chose ignorance. And on the other hand, I learned that my father worked for some company, studied some kind of creature, and he tried to he wanted to try and warn the world of some really scary shit going on, and, well, his company killed him for it. And I'm like, and then that's it. That's it. It just ends. I learn about that kind of whammy of information, and then it just ends. This, yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is the developer's first game or not, but I mean, I give you points for trying to, I guess, not rely on jump scares or anything like that. Like, maybe try to, use the environment or whatever to build some semblance of dread. But for me personally, I didn't really ever get scared at all. In fact, I just found, like I said, certain things more comical than anything. Now, I guess if there's one thing I can definitely suggest that you could improve on, it's the voice work for the disembodied entity. I don't think the choice of, well, maybe not necessarily a choice of voice actor, but rather how the voice distortion effects were handled. I think they ended up being too distorted in various areas throughout random dialogue, to where it was just hard to make out what he was saying to me, and it just felt so jarring jarringly out of left field every time the distortion happens, to where it's... I'm not sure how to explain this, because, I mean, random voice distortions are meant to be, you know, sudden and distracting. And I think it just has to do with how the distortions sounded mixed with the voice in question here. It just ended up sounding more silly rather than unnerving. Like, maybe you could have distorted the voice in a way that made the voice actor sound a little more legible, a little easier to understand or something. Or maybe some kind of different distortion effect, like maybe a slight echo or something. Like, maybe that would have been a better distortion effect to make his voice sound a bit more intimidating or unnerving. Anyway, I don't think I'd want to keep you guys here just to listen to me ramble about any random thing I can think of here that might help improve, well, the atmosphere of this game here. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut it off here. So for what it's worth, I hope any of you who watched this video enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time. Take care.